In the business world, all kinds of disasters can occur. A fire could break out and destroy your company headquarters. A cyber attack could compromise sensitive data. A natural disaster could disrupt your supply chain. If we don't have a plan in place to deal with these situations, we are setting ourselves up for trouble. But if we have a good business continuity plan, we will be prepared. We will know what steps to take, who to contact, and how to minimize the damage. And that means that we can get Sunshine Machine Works back up and running to normal operations in no time. Sunshine Machine Works developed this business continuity plan with technical advisors from Team 3 Cyber Liability Insurance with the purpose of ensuring operational continuity during disruptive incidents or disasters. This plan aims to minimize the impact on all organizations' operations, customers, employees, and stakeholders. It also addresses objectives such as company scalability, resilient collaboration, application data availability, file server access, website availability, and internet service redundancy. Team leaders and professionals assigned to the different teams outlined in the plan are authorized to take immediate action as prescribed. In this presentation, we will cover the Business Continuity Plan Framework and Execution, the Incident Response Plan Development and Execution, the Disaster Recovery Development and Execution, Post-Disaster Updates and Review, and Business Continuity Plan Updates and Maintenance. The Business Continuity Plan Framework encompasses both the Incident Response Plan and the Disaster Recovery Plan. Not all parts of the BCP are necessarily active when an incident occurs. When an incident occurs that is not serious enough to activate the Disaster Recovery Plan, then only the Incident Response Plan is activated. When an incident is elevated to the status of a disaster, then the Disaster Recovery Plan is activated. Some disasters require the activation of the backup recovery procedures or alternate site activation to restore normal operations. The Business Continuity Plan enables Sunshine Machine Works to weather a disaster and quickly restore operations to normal. It is critical that Sunshine Machine Works has a robust incident response plan in place. The IRP can help SMW effectively respond to cybersecurity incidents to minimize company losses and downtime. Network security incidents are dangerous to the health of our company and can become disastrous. We need everyone at Sunshine Machine Works to be familiar with the incident response plan so that everyone can play a role in preventing computer network incidents. Preparation. Designating incident response team members and providing incident response training in advance provides clear guidance and advance authorization for response team members, enabling them to rapidly execute their jobs. The incident response team at Sunshine Machine Works is composed of 3 levels: the command staff level, the advisory staff level, the technical staff level. The command staff is composed of the team lead, lead investigator, and response administrator. The advisory level is composed of legal counsel, communications, and human resources. The technical level is composed of IT experts. Once the incident is reported, severity is assessed based on whether the incident causes significant loss of data, affects factory automation, stops factory production, or has caused employee injury. Once reported, IT will assess the severity of the situation. If necessary, they will inform management of the incident. If a disaster is not declared, the incident manager will work with the IT support team, management, and corporate staff to restore operations. If a disaster is declared, the incident manager will initiate the disaster recovery plan.
Management and containment. The first step is to isolate the affected computer from the network. Second, that computer will be scanned for malware and viruses. Finally, IT support will execute more advanced procedures to resolve the incident. For example, in the case of a worm infection, would run the antiviruses, update the antivirus definitions, identify the specific worm, scan other devices on the network to remove that worm, confirm the data has not been compromised, monitor devices for recurring issues. The recovery plan. First, we document the incident and assess the total damage done. Next, we identify and resolve the vulnerabilities and restore data. Next, we restore services and processes. And finally, we restore confidence across the organization. Post-incident review. Before returning our focus back to the daily operations of Sunshine Machine Works, the response team conducts an after-action review. The entire incident is examined in detail. It is important to identify what parts of the executed response plan worked or didn't work, and what parts can be improved. This enables constant improvement and updating of the incident response plan. Our disaster recovery plan outlines exactly what our company will do in the event of a disaster. The plan is designed to minimize damage, protect assets, and get Sunshine Machine Works back up and running as quickly as possible. This plan is not just a good idea. This plan is essential to the long-term success of our company. Disaster identification. The disasters that the Sunshine Machine Works is likely to face are earthquakes, computer viruses, ransomware attacks, fires, and floods. In the case of natural disasters, the indicators are clear. Either local, state, or federal agencies will issue a warning, or you will find yourself in the middle of a disaster with no warning. Earthquakes, fires, and floods are easy to identify. Other disasters may not be easy to identify. Computer network attacks like worm programs and viruses are initially identified by employees at their workstations. They contact the IT support team. The IT professionals identify the type of attack and take steps to deal with a potential disaster. Other disasters like ransomware attacks identify themselves. Company leadership is notified that critical computer resources are held for ransom. The person notified notifies the IT support team or the disaster recovery manager. In each of these cases, it is up to the notified disaster recovery manager to activate the disaster recovery plan. Let's The management team plays a crucial role in developing and implementing the disaster recovery plan. Their primary responsibility is overseeing the entire process, making sure the support teams have what they need, and ensuring all necessary steps are taken to prepare for and respond to potential disasters. The operations team is responsible for ensuring that the company's operations can be restored quickly and efficiently following a disaster while minimizing the impact on our company and our customers. The networks team is responsible for ensuring the network infrastructure can be restored as quickly and smoothly as possible following a disaster. They also work closely with the communications team to ensure VoIP operations are up and running. The facilities team is responsible for making sure the physical infrastructure can withstand or has recovered from a disaster. They also play a pivotal role maintaining company readiness by executing DRP-related inspections. The communications team is responsible for managing all internal and external communications before, during, and after a disaster. They also communicate with the media relations, local officials, SMW vendors, and customers. The DAS team is responsible for evaluating the extent of damage caused by a disaster and salvaging what can be recovered. Their work is essential to minimizing losses and ensuring the company recovers as quickly as possible from the disaster. We will now walk through some response examples for different disaster scenarios. Responding to an earthquake disaster, all personnel will move away from hazards like windows and take cover until the shaking stops. Once the earthquake stops, all personnel will evacuate from the building to the safe zone. Once the building has been emptied of personnel and everyone has been accounted for, the facilities manager and safety engineer will assess facility damage. If required, they will activate the disaster recovery plan. At that point, they will ready the standby facility Then the comms team, IT support team, and facilities team will prepare it for daily operations. Once that is up and running, then the company will continue daily business operations at the standby facility. While operations are being held at the standby facility, the management team and facilities team will conduct repairs on the primary facility. Once the primary facility is ready to begin and continue business operations, then the facilities team, IT team, and communications team will shut down the standby facility. Following the successful return to business operations and returning all equipment from the standby facility, then the DRP teams will review the DRP execution. Computer virus disaster scenario. First, we need to determine the type of virus. Then isolate the infected systems. Third, remove the virus. Update antivirus and network detection systems. Restore daily business operations. Report the recovery status to the management teams, and review the DRP execution for improvement. Ransomware disaster scenario. Step 1. Detect and identify affected systems. Step 2. Isolate the affected systems. Step 3. Once contained, determine the scope of the attack. Step 4. Notify management, directly affected stakeholders, and law enforcement. Step 5. Secure backups and assess the viabilities of the backup system. Will it be successful if we back up the system, or do we have to rebuild? 6. Make a leadership decision. Pay the ransom, recover from backups, or rebuild the affected systems. 7. Test the recovered systems. Step 8. Restore daily business operations. Step 9. Report recovery status to management, affected stakeholders, and law enforcement. Step 10. Review the DRP execution. Post-disaster review. Before returning the company's focus back to daily operations of Sunshine Machine Works, the disaster recovery teams all must conduct after-action reviews. The entire disaster response is examined in detail. It is important to identify what parts of the executed response plan worked or didn't work, and what parts can be improved. This enables constant improvement and updating of the disaster recovery plan.
It is crucial for everyone to be familiar with the business continuity plan. Familiarization with the business continuity plan helps every employee understand their part in safeguarding our company. Sunshine Machine Works Management and the Team 3 analysis team, thank you for participating in this presentation.